Hello there, everyone. Nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. And today I'm a man of two moods. A man of two moods. In the good mood, as you can hopefully see, things are once again improving in the new house, the new office. I have a couple of new key lights now. We have a green screen back. So hopefully, visually, things are looking better. I also realized my problem with the microphone was that I've been adjusting the volume both physically and also in OBS, but I'd actually not enabled the volume adjustment in OBS. So hopefully the mic should be a good bit louder now today. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm going to be listening back through in case there's some clipping and whatnot. We'll figure all that out. But yeah, advancements are being made. I just need to stick up all my soundproofing properly to, again, improve the audio more and blah, blah, blah. But what we are here for today, that's the good news. That's the good news. And the good news is over. Actually, slight bad news that's part of that is that the lights themselves are a little bit blinding. I might need to actually get different lights. I got really cheap ones, and you know, the quality shows a little bit. But Summon Rush, guys. Before I click into this, remember our typical sort of values that are quite commonplace nowadays is usually about 3 sacreds for the lower value, the rare, or the lower amount of fragments, and about 7 sacreds for the epic. So that's about usually 15 to 1700 for the rare, about 3,500 for the epic, with a bit of give or take. And again, we would love to see that rare be actually going down closer to 1,000, like 1,250 being a fair and a good place to put it. Where are we with this summon rush, guys? Here it is. The rare is up at 2,150. That is definitely high. That's 4 sacreds worth. That really sucks for anyone trying to do the fusion. And then for anyone that was hoping to pick up the epic, they're actually in there at almost 5,000 points. That's 1.5. That's almost 50% more points than they would usually be at. They'd usually be down here where this XP barrel is, but they've jumped up a tier and a big chunk of points. So instead of costing you about 7 sacreds, this is about 10 sacreds worth of shards to grab her, which is rough. In terms of legendary books, there's only 2 in here, though there is a feast. So the overall event in that sense is a bit of a toss-up. We'd love to see really 3 books, but the feast is very, very good. If you do get a feast, that's very valuable for earlier game players and mid-game players especially, but it's pretty rough. I'm going to pull 4. I'm going for the fusion. I will say, you guys that made the call early on to skip this fusion, to boycott it, it does look like that might have been a pretty damn good decision because the trend has been consistently bad now at this point. Basically, every event has been very high point score. I'm doing it just because I like the champion and I'm a content creator, so it makes sense. And I don't whale out on shards as much as the other guys, so it's hard to catch up if I don't get a champion. It ends up being important. But yeah, so anyway, look, I'm going to pull 4 sacreds. Let's do it. We're going in for 4. I forgot to even mention what the... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, God. The green screen's gone. Oh, I see what's happened. So what's actually happened is the sun has come out from behind the clouds. We don't have blinds yet, so I just have complete natural light. That's going to be a problem, isn't it? Yeah, as the sun changes, that is going to change completely. It's also probably going to change how I look. Oh, yeah, it's really going to mess up everything. Oh, fuck. Technical issues happening live. We're not due to get blinds for a few weeks. This is going to be a problem. Maybe we'll just turn off the green screen for now. We'll leave it on for today's video so I can have a record, but a bit dodgy. We got Pixneal. No, Pixneal. Is this karma? Is this some sort of weird karma, though? What is this? I did the video, was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday, where I was talking about this current fusion compared to fusions in the past. And I mentioned in that video that my first ever fusion had been Pixneal. Maybe if I turn the light on. I'm not sure if that will help. If I turn on the overhead light, maybe it will just more enlighten. Yeah, no, not really. It didn't. I don't think it really helped at all. But yeah, in that I mentioned that Pixneal was the first fusion I ever did. I did get her to 60 at some point, and I used her a bit unbooked for the Frost Spider, but she's just unfortunately not very good, and she's been booked. She does have increased defense and a nice heal, which is cool. It also does a pretty good AoE attack if enemies are frozen and puts weaken on them. But it's really hard to actually, of course, trigger that effect. Her A1 can put out Perfect Veil. It's not a bad A1, to be fair. And then she's got a 5-hitter at random, with each hit having a chance to freeze, and freezes enemies that get hit multiple times. It does pretty good damage if you hit a single target, like per hit. As a single target move, it's good. As an AoE move, it's bad. It's just a kind of underwhelming kit. Like, where do you actually use this? She'd be okay in arena, but not great. And then she does have a passive here, which is that she can take freezes off allies and put them on her, which is actually quite cool. But it's kind of not good enough to really make it that valuable. And she needs so many books, like between her A1 or A3. Her A2 is not bad. And then the passive needs books as well. It's just pretty rough. Look, a legendary is a legendary. That's actually going to be quite useful for Faction Guardians. Let's go again. She's not one of the 10x champions. I actually am not crazy about the 10x champions. Yo, a Royal Guard. I'll take another Royal Guard. That's not the worst thing in the world. Enemy max HP AoE nuke. I don't know if I need another one. I've got a few, but hey, I will take it. Number 3, let's go. Can we get another gold? Is that cheeky? Oh, it's not cheeky. And okay, hello. The luck is with us today. 2 golds. 2 golds out of 3. Elder Skarg is new. He's new, so I'm actually quite happy about that. Can put increased speed on himself if he crits. Puts increased crit rate on himself if he doesn't crit. There's definitely an interesting Elder Skarg build. I think he may... Oh, no, I don't... He could probably do it without being booked, actually. So we could probably try this pretty soon. You build him with no crit rate for Hydra. And what that means is that he's going to be constantly giving himself increased crit rate. And that will allow him potentially to mischief tank, which is actually quite cool. And then he can come in and he can actually start throwing out HP burns. So basically you get a champion that can hit pretty hard. He's going to be providing HP burns if there's enough buffs and debuffs on the target. AoE HP burn that mischief tanks, which is not necessarily amazing, but it's certainly interesting. So we could try it out. He can also give himself increased defense. Put fear AoE on enemies. Okay. True fear on targets under block damage. Puts decreased speed on enemies under shield. And can't be resisted. And provoke on legendaries. It's actually not a bad move when you think about it for... Not a bad move for arena. I guess the provoke can be resisted. I'm not 100% sure. Something to definitely try out. And he takes less damage from legendaries. He's certainly interesting. Like, I'd be curious to build like a high resistance arena tank Elder Skarg with a bit of accuracy to land the AoE burn. And then maybe try him out in arena as well as like an AoE provoke. It'd be intriguing. Intriguing. And he does damage equal to his attack when attacked by legendaries. He's a real nightmare when you fight him in Doom Tower. He's not so bad most of the rest of the time. And the final shard is an epic. Okay, well, you know what? We won't complain. It's Kalia. Did she get buffed recently? I feel like she did. She has a chance to burn. Okay, she's an AoE heal reduction. Oh, yeah, okay, not very good. And then 3 hits at random with each hit placing a burn. It's not terrible, right? She's not the worst. She did get buffed recently-ish. She's not the worst. I'm going to stop my shards right there. Yeah, and then I'm going to just do the rest with green shards. That's my plan. So, you know what? Look, this worked out all right for me. This worked out all right. We got 1 new legendary. We can never complain about a new legendary. And for Faction Guardians, High Elves. High Elves actually been pretty brutal. Getting that bonus attack in there for High Elves, that's great. I'm definitely working towards then the accuracy resistance. It's pretty big. But that's a nice little boost for me, especially to, well, Yannicka. Ethos is like my main campaign Minotaur farmer. That's a bit more damage for him. Alexander, I have him awakened. I pulled a 3-star soul or something. I think he's back in the vault. He's awakened him, and we're like, okay, you still suck. Get in the vault. Get out of here. We don't want to see you. But I do use Ethos all the time, so you know what? Hey, that's a nice chunk of attack. An extra 161. Hey, we'll take it. I mean, compared to the Blessing being plus 500, not a ton, but on the whole, not too bad. There you go, guys. Those were the shard pulls. I will go level up Elder Skarg, I suppose. Got to get those champion training points as well for this fusion. My goodness. Yeah, let me know. What you guys think of Elder Skarg? Do you use him? Oh, he's got a crit rate in arena battle aura. Weird. Yeah, what do you think of him? Let me know. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Hopefully, the technical issues will continue to improve. And more importantly, hopefully Plarium will improve this fusion shenanigans. I feel like they're being, I don't know. I feel like they're being very consumer unfriendly at the moment. We haven't had a guaranteed champion in ages. No guaranteed champions. And now the fusion is costing loads of points. Not too happy at the moment. I feel like they're kind of pushing us to see how far they can go. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.